Hello, this is Mitch with HaasStore. In this video, we're going to go over how to create a quote, add doors to that quote, and then submit that quote to an order. The first thing we're going to want to do is select the New button on the left of your screen, click Quote, and that will create a new quote for you. The only thing we have to do on this first properties page is assign a quote name. And optionally, you may want to scroll down and check that you have the ship to address you want selected. If you only have one address or you want to use your primary, then you don't need to change this option. Then we'll go over to the line items page and we want to add a configuration. So make sure configuration is selected and click go. And then we'll pick the product we want to configure. Click continue. And then we can name this configuration. This name will show up on your label, on your sections and hardware boxes. So we'll click continue. And then the first option we want to look at is whether or not we want a complete door or sections or individual sections. In this case, we want the complete door. We'll click continue. Select your door model. You can select your door color as well as your height and width from this page. And we also want to select to have lights. So we'll change this lights options to yes. And we'll click continue. And now we can select which sections we want our lights to be in. In this case, we'll put lights in our top section and our intermediate section. And then the next page, it'll show which panels we want lights in for our top section. So if we just want lights down one side, we can just change it to have one light in the first panel. And the next page is our second light section. So we can change that to just have one light as well. And then it'll ask us what glass type we want to have in there as well. In this case, we'll have a plain insert with 1/8 inch glass. And the next page, we'll pick the same options. And then it'll start asking us about our track options. From this point on out, all these options will be defaulted and they'll be optional for you to pick. You can skip ahead to future pages as well by looking at the left-hand side of the screen and clicking on a link. So if we wanted to skip ahead to spring options, we can click that and go straight there. Or we can click door model again and go back to the first page. But if you're done selecting all your options, you can just click configure design at the bottom left. And we'll let our configuration build the results. And then once that's building, we can add it to our quote. So you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen, it's given us our spring door and track drawing. If it's a wind load door, for instance, it would also have your wind load drawings there as well. And now we can click add to quote. And you'll see your door has shown up as a line item on this quote. You'll notice your door description here has all the options you selected, as well as the default options you selected for things like springs and track. You can change your quantity from here as well. So if I wanted 2 doors, I just change this to 2, and it will update all my pricing for me. You could also add more configurations here by just selecting configuration again and repeating the process for as many doors as we wanted. But if we're ready to build this quote, go to the quote info page, and this is going to calculate a load date for us and select the first available option as well. If you wanted to, you could pick further out load dates as well if they're available. You could also scroll down to each line item on this quote info page, and you can see our configuration name is in here. So if you wanted to change that, we could change it from here as well. But if we're ready to build, select the build option. And this is going to create all of our drawings and PDFs related to this quote. There are 3 PDFs that will come with every quote. The quote to dealer, which is our quote to you. The quote to end user, which is an optional quote that you can give to your end user. and the drawing summary, which lists all the drawings attached to this quote. So if you had multiple line items, they would all show up in one big PDF here. If all this information is correct, you don't need to make any changes. Click the Place Order button, and then we need to select a purchase order number of our choosing, and then accept the HaasStore terms of sale. You could read those terms by clicking this link here, and then click the Order Now button. And what this will do is place the order in our system. Within the next few minutes, you'll receive an email with your order confirmation attached. You also have 24 hours from placing the order to cancel this. After that period, your order will become finalized and will be in our production system. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to your customer service representative. Thank you.